And welcome back, guys, to Falcon Plays Sesame Street Counting Cafe. Plays, I'm really using that as a tongue-in-cheek word because it's not really play, it's mostly just the suffering of a grown man playing this video game at 2:30 in the afternoon on a weekday. It's, you know, how the mighty have fallen. Not that I've been mighty of all time, any time in my life. Now we have Elmo here, which, by the way, I have now that we got Elmo on screen finally, I can have my words about Elmo here. I've never been an Elmo fan. Honestly, oddly enough, even though I'm over here chastising the man so far in the series, but I've been a Grover fan the whole time. I thought he was the star of the show. I mean, Big Bird also kind of has a claim to fame as well. Elmo, though, I've never really liked Elmo. I'm not entirely sure what the deal with Elmo is. I feel like I'm not entirely sure. I guess this is a really rather older game, right? Mid-90s, right? I guess I could always look at my physical copy of Sesame Street Counting Cafe and actually verify that.
Thank you.
But, you know, I'm playing the game right now. Why go through that trouble, right? But I'm not entirely sure when Elmo was introduced. I want to say he wasn't around when I was a youngster and, you know, watching Sesame Street on, you know, channel 28, PBS for me. That was channel 28 for me. It still is PBS, Public Broadcast System. I'd imagine if I could... I'd like to actually, as a matter of fact, look into the fact if I could get into Public Broadcasting System, like... Or, not Public Broadcasting Television, is it? PBS System? I'd imagine a system, right? Who knows? Apparently PBS was its own console at the time that just nobody really... it didn't really catch on. There's another character here that I'm not really familiar with as well. I guess at this point I'd actually outgrown Sesame Street. I could only imagine, hopefully that was the case, if I was like, you know, a 7-year-old still needing the help of puppets to count and whatnot. Let me climb this ladder over here. It kind of seems really an awkward place to actually have a ladder. Like, it's really... okay. Well, you know what? This feels like I'm playing Dark Souls again, just sliding down ladders and whatnot. I mean, this game at least did something that Demon Souls couldn't, which is actually invent sliding down the ladder. You know, Demon Souls, you had to, like, monotonously go one through by one, ring by ring and whatnot. Alright, so there is, I need... This is what I need here. Is this gonna be... Yeah, it's gonna be Cookie Monster here. I still need 2 more of these baseball-looking eggs. I'm not sure where that is, though, so... Let me grab my muffin, I guess. I can't go wrong with that. I still need 2 more oranges, however, which I know I saw one over here. However, the big, well, apparently I've taken my time, so the customer's getting a little bit angry and a little bit frustrated. I'd imagine, too, he didn't get enough food earlier today when I gave him, like, 70 fucking tacos or something. Well, not really tacos. Although tacos would be kind of like a welcoming grace at this point. Now, this woman's gonna over here knock my shit over, I'd imagine, right? So, here's the problem. I'm not entirely sure where these eggs are. I mean, are they inside the elevator? That should be an elevator. That would kind of, like, you know, it would kind of go hand in hand with the rest of this crazy game right there. Like, you know, the refrigerator is an elevator, essentially. No, but in reality, I do need to, find where are these eggs. So, Elmo, why don't you help me out here? You took something away from me. Probably my soul. Actually, you would have taken that away from me had this game not already done that. Now, here's the real question. It's like, where the fuck are the eggs that I'm looking for here? I mean, I'm no Martha Stewart, but again, I'm still not too crazy about this. So this woman indeed does what I expect her to do, which is knock my food over. Apparently, I could somehow... did this thing almost lift me up? Can I take the bubbles up, is what you're telling me? It definitely can. So Grover apparently doesn't really even exist in the physical stand, I suppose. He's just there for some reason. I mean, okay, there we go. Eggs. Alright, perfect. Now, the man's getting hangry over there, so I need to kind of speed it up a bit. There is a muffin here for sure. Woman, don't knock my stuff over. I feel like Grover was like the real first sexist in the Sesame Street series. Nowadays, it's probably, I don't know, Big Bird. I think Big Bird seems like a big wife beater. Just like, you know, just comes home, like, after work, just really agitated. It's just kind of like, you know, I have to help these kids count all day, you know. I've been doing the same counting spiel for the last 20. What happened this time? Oh, I brought you 1 extra egg.
I ordered 2 oranges.
Now I'm gonna get lectured as to what he ordered.
3 eggs.
You know, this man eats a fucking ton. He's upset that I brought him an extra egg. Like, you know, does that even happen? Like, do you go to a restaurant and, like, you know, say for instance you, now, what can we do? Can Elmo help me out here? This is a real question. I'll continue my tangent really quickly. Elmo, can you take one of these, eggs for me? Take one of the eggs, Elmo. Elmo, take one of the goddamn eggs, I said. There you go, thank you, sir. So I guess, you know, these guys, even though they're here to kind of mess up your life, they also have a little gameplay mechanic involved in them. But no, in reality, though, why is this man really upset? That's the real question. Like, you know, I brought him an extra egg, right? Usually when I go to a restaurant, I order a meal. You know, like, say you order, I don't know, let's say, fried rice or something. Right, shrimp fried rice, right? And you usually, when you order that at a restaurant, you never feel they give you an adequate amount of shrimp now, do they? I mean, shrimp fried rice. Yeah, apparently I, for some reason, chose a weird example where I live in, you know, Louisiana somewhere, and all I eat is, like, you know, just really weird Cajun food and whatnot. But I guess that's the only food for some reason. I'm looking forward to shrimp fried rice later today, apparently, now after that. But, you know, say you order shrimp fried rice, and they give you a little bit more extra shrimp in your rice. Are you gonna really complain about that? It's just kind of like, waiter, I'm sorry, but you gave me a little bit too much shrimp. Like, usually, it's quite the opposite. You look at your rice, and you're kind of digging, you're like, Jesus Christ, where's all the shrimp, right? I mean, that's what you usually normally do. This man, I brought him an extra egg, and he wasn't okay with that. He was not content with that. He was upset. Apparently, his watchful diet really varies depending at times. Like, you know, he could order, like, I guess it's his own volition is what I'm trying to say here. If he orders himself, like, 20 burgers, it's fine. If I take it upon myself to give him an extra burger, then that's really upsetting to him. It's just kind of like, you know, I don't really want that, which makes me think, like, this man's really rather finicky and whatnot. I'm looking for one more apple, however. Now, I get the feeling this man's gonna yep, alright. Tomato, apple, who knows what that is. I'd imagine it's either a really fresh tomato or just an apple. Either way, though, I don't really normally go by, do you really ever buy an apple with a green leaf still attached to it is a real question. I mean, I really don't. I mean, go to the supermarket and, I mean, who even knows how to pick an apple in reality? I'm not really one of those guys that, you know, you go to the market, right, and you see people, like, grabbing fruits and all sorts of vegetables and kind of, like, squeezing them and, like, caressing them. It's, like, a really sexual thing. Like, every time I'm in the supermarket, I'm kind of relatively aroused in an awkward way where it's just kind of like, you know, it's kind of like one of those weird, uninduced boners, essentially, where you're just kind of standing there, it's kind of like, uh-oh, I have a boner here. And, like, you know, people are, like, around and you can't really maneuver around them, so it's just kind of like you start walking, kind of like shuffling your feet together and whatnot. That's essentially what I feel like when I'm in the supermarket sometimes. It happens. I mean, it doesn't really matter if it's a guy, a woman, age, no real interest in reality. I mean, it just happens, like, you know, just all these round things just being, like, grabbed and caressed by people to apparently find the most opportune vegetable and or fruit. I still don't know how people do that. I mean, I guess it's a way to kind of measure how ripe the food is, right? Is that how it is? You give me this pie, thank you. Yeah, I guess it's a way to figure out how ripe the food is and whatnot, but it just seems like a hassle. It's like, you know what, let me just grab a few, and I imagine fruit and vegetables, to me, it's kind of like a grab bag. By what I mean by that is you just grab something, and, you know, it's kind of like a gamble, right? You don't know what you're getting into, but I mean, you just buy it, and you kind of use your best judgment. It's kind of like that concept of, you know, just because it's pretty on the outside doesn't mean it's pretty on the inside, which, you know, it's bullshit, by the way. It's just something that, you know, they tell ugly people so they don't feel too bad about themselves. It's like, oh, no, it's, you know, it's beauty's in the inside. You know, it's one of those weird things, right? That's how I feel with fruit. I mean, obviously, I go for the most reddest, you know, the most reddest, reddest? It feels like I'm being slightly offensive to some sort of culture here, but no, you pick the redder, the apple is the most red, and kind of like the most vibrant, nice little shine to it. Like sometimes you see people like in fruit concessions and just kind of like shining the fruits and whatnot. That's what you go for. And you know, then you know I'll buy it. And if I buy it and you know I get home and I take a bite into it and it's just a terrible mess, then you know what? That was essentially my fault. So what I'm trying to get at here is to stop measuring the ripeness of a fruit or a vegetable essentially. You just kind of get what you get for it. I mean, it's kind of like a gamble, you know. You know what you're going to get, you just go for it and do it. Is this going to give me a banana? He totally is. All right, this guy is turning into my favorite guy. He's kind of like a saxophone owl, which is kind of really awkward, but let me see if I can just kind of catch this in midair. Yeah, we're going to do some alley-oop shit over here. So apparently this is a quasi-simulation game for basketball as well. We have Oscar the Grouch there trying to steal my food for some reason. He doesn't get fed enough in that trash. I mean, Oscar the Grouch. Just hang out for a second. I'm pretty sure once this man is done eating and his leftovers are going to be deposited into your trash either way. You're going to get some food. Just give this man a second. Alrighty, so I feel that this episode's almost wrapping it up now. I mean, what else does it really say about this game?
Here
I mean, I could sit here and just bash it like, it's a piece of shit, it's fucking terrible, it's monotonous, it's horrendous. But I feel like then I'd be like, stealing an AVGN shtick or something, which I don't want to do. I'm over here instead just talking about my day-to-day life and how to choose the proper vegetable and or fruit and basically the consequence that comes about not being an adequate vegetable picker and whatnot. So I could kind of jump up over here. So the monkey's over here now, and now this game is throwing me a few more platforming mechanics into the mix here. Now, mind you, he's throwing bananas at me. Your train of thought would be here, let me just dodge it, right? But unfortunately, it doesn't do anything, and apparently I just fell from a fucking a two-story roof, and, Grover's perfectly fine, so that's something to be said about this man's threshold for pain as well. Again, when you're possibly on acid, like Grover, I imagine, is. Now here is a crazy mechanic, and I feel that I'm going to be able to jump in that cloud. If I jump in that cloud, I'm pretty much calling this game quits, because it's ridiculous. Okay, yeah. Yep, I am indeed riding clouds now. That's exactly how I feel playing this game. I am riding clouds. I am chasing a monkey, I am chasing a dragon, because exactly what this says. And you know what? I can't do it anymore. This is the third video, that's it. I'm out of here, guys. This has been Falcon's fucking punishment. You could fuck your day 4, it's not gonna happen, alright? You, sir, ask Cookie Monster to serve your food, because I'm out. Hope you enjoy this little mini-series, guys, and I will catch you next time. Hopefully not in this sort of state of affairs, so that's for sure. Later on.